A Pennsylvania woman is behind bars and is accused of fatally shooting her boyfriend over the weekend in the Cranberry Township home. At 12:10 a.m. on Sunday the 12th of February, authorities responded to a home at 570 Brandywine Drive on reports of a domestic disturbance. A woman, identified as 26-year-old Amanda Hughes, called 911 and told emergency dispatchers that she fired a weapon and then ran from her home to a neighbour's place. When officers arrived at the scene, investigators said that Amanda told an officer that she shot her boyfriend. Police found 30-year-old Anthony Smith upstairs in the townhouse in a critical condition, with multiple gunshot wounds to his chest. No one else was inside the home. First responders began performing medical aid, and Anthony was flown by hospital to the Allegheny General Hospital, where he later died at 1:49 a.m. Amanda said that there was a physical altercation between her and Anthony. She said that Anthony punched her several times in the head and face, causing her to fall. She said that she then grabbed a gun from her purse and shot him several times. Police said that Amanda had a small cut and swelling on her cheek. Her hand was also bruised. She was taken into custody. The gun used in the shooting was found in the driveway of the neighbour's property. Police said that the gun used was registered to Amanda. Neighbours said Amanda lived in the townhouse for less than a year. Amanda is charged with criminal homicide. She's held at the Butler County Prison without the possibility of bail. A 57-year-old business owner from Key West, Florida, allegedly fatally shot a 21-year-old man who urinated on the side of his building. At 12:28 a.m. on Monday the 13th of February, officers responded to a shooting in the parking lot behind the Kongtown Liquor and Lounge, located at 3340 North Roosevelt Boulevard, and found the victim Garrett Hughes lying on the ground suffering from a gunshot wound. First responders attempted life-saving measures, and he was transported to the Lower Keys Medical Center, where he died from his injuries a short time later. The suspect, Lloyd Brewer, was still at the scene and was immediately detained. Officers also found a firearm believed to have been used in the shooting nearby. Video surveillance shows Garrett shirtless, unarmed and drunk when he urinated on Lloyd's building, which contains a bar, and other tenants when Lloyd confronted him while also drunk. Garrett is seen stumbling around, and Lloyd pulls up his shirt, pulls out a gun, and shoots him once in the stomach. He then fires another shot that misses him. Authorities said that Garrett was at the bar with several friends. He immediately rushed to his side after he was shot. He told them he was having trouble breathing. Lloyd then called 911 and allegedly said he shot the victim in self-defense. Lloyd is charged with murder and one count of committing a first-degree felony with a weapon. He's held at the Monroe County Jail without bond. A 28-year-old man was allegedly pistol-whipped and held hostage after a woman found out he had sex with her 15-year-old daughter. At around 2:30 p.m. on Monday the 13th of February, police were called to a home along East Chalmers Avenue in Youngstown, Ohio, after receiving a call about a man being held at gunpoint. When officers arrived at the premises, they found a Renzo Walker and a woman on the porch. Renzo was bleeding from the head, and the woman was holding a gun that was jammed. Authorities said that Renzo told the woman that he had sex with her 15-year-old daughter, and she pistol-whipped him. Renzo told investigators, "I knew what I was getting into. I'm not mad, I'm getting what I deserve." The woman's daughter confirmed Renzo's story. Renzo told police he has a fiancée, 3 children and a baby on the way. Officers also found crack cocaine on his person. Renzo is charged with unlawful sexual conduct with a minor, illegal conveyance of weapons, and drug possession. He's held at Mahoning County Jail. Police took the woman's loaded handgun and said they'll hand it back to her when she has a clear head. A Pierce City, Missouri man is accused of exposing himself to a school bus full of children. 61-year-old James Anderson was arrested on the morning of the 10th of February and is held at the Lawrence County Jail with no bond. He's charged with 3 counts of sexual misconduct involving a child under the age of 15. Last week, 2 students told a Lawrence County deputy that James exposed himself as their school bus passed by his residence. The kids said it happened several days in a row. That report prompted a Lawrence County deputy to ride on the school bus, and he said he also witnessed James pulling down his pants and touching himself when the school bus passed by his home. This isn't the first time James has been accused of exposing himself. He's facing 2 additional charges in Lawrence County for sexual misconduct after several women accused him of exposing himself in Dollar General last July. A court date on the most recent charges has not yet been set. James was out on bond for the first set of charges when the school bus incidents were reported, and was reportedly wearing an ankle monitor at the time. He's expected back in court on the 2nd of March for the charges from 2022. On the 13th of February, 43-year-old Roxanne Page Bocanegra of Cheyenne, Wyoming, was arrested and charged with murdering 58-year-old Jess Smith. At 5:26 a.m. on the 8th of August 2022, deputies from the Laramie County Sheriff's Office were called to Jess's home in the 700 block of Mitchell Court on reports of a domestic violence incident. When they arrived at the premises, they found Jess suffering from a stab wound. He was taken to the Cheyenne Regional Medical Center, where he was later pronounced dead. Roxanne was originally charged for murder on the 10th of August 2022, but was released from jail several days later, after former Laramie County District Attorney Lee Manlove declined to charge her, saying there was insufficient evidence to prove Roxanne was not acting in self-defense at the time. The investigation into the matter continues. 3 people been killed and 5 others injured when 43-year-old Anthony McRae opened fire on the Michigan State University campus in East Lansing at 8:18 p.m. on Monday the 13th of February, before turning the gun on himself. The deceased victims have been identified as 20-year-old Alexandria Verner, 20-year-old Brian Fraser, and 19-year-old Ariel Diamond Anderson. The 5 that were injured in the shooting remained hospitalized as of Tuesday afternoon. The gunman has no known ties to the school, and it remains unclear what the motive for the shooting is, or what kind of weapon he used. His father, Michael, described him as a mama's boy who turned evil and mean after his mother Linda suddenly passed away 3 years ago. The pair lived together in Anthony's family home that's about 5 miles away from the university campus. Anthony terrorized the campus for nearly 4 hours, running through the streets, brandishing a gun and shooting bullets. Anthony walked into the academic building named Berkey Hall at 8:18 p.m, blasting indiscriminately at occupants, killing 2 students. After police responded to the scene, Anthony had already left the premises on foot, and about 12 minutes later he entered the MSU Union Building, a popular spot for students to eat, drink and study, where he shot and killed another student. The security camera clip showed him wearing a jean jacket, ball cap, and red sneakers, wandering nonchalantly along the street after having just shot up 2 separate locations on campus. Just after midnight, a gunman was found dead just north of the murder scenes from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. The investigation into the matter continues.